Howdy folks and welcome. A few weeks ago I stumbled upon Steel Division and was pleasantly surprised by its amazing graphics and fun gameplay. A lot of people had great suggestions in the comments for more games like it. Since Warno is from the same developers, I was excited to try it out, and oh boy, people were not wrong. If you're familiar with how Steel Division works, there won't be too many questions coming over to Warno. Warno has the same battalion creator, which was a lot of fun to use. Customizing your armies really felt necessary, and having a balanced task force seemed to be the best way to go. Warno does have some single player scenarios which were fun, but the main bulk of the game comes from the multiplayer. Even though the numbers for Warno haven't been outstanding, there is a great group of players that keep this community and game thriving. Once I hopped into a game, I was blown away by the level of detail in the maps. There are great animations of burned out buildings, high-rises on fire, and civilian cars and towns left abandoned. It truly feels like a war zone. The devs just added a new map and map editor. The map is an urban sprawl that creates interesting dynamics trying to fend for air superiority, but also having to hold a lot of ground. I haven't fiddled with the map editor too much since it's in alpha, but I'm really excited to make my own maps and see what others create too. You're able to deploy your army before the start of each match. There are two match modes, Conquest and Destruction. Conquest is your typical capture the point and hold gameplay, while Destruction has the same concept. You get points for destroying enemy combatants. Both are simple in concept, but when mixed with the modern warfare Warno delivers, nothing is simple. I swear I would sit back and just watch the battles happening. I'm lucky to have a group of friends that also like these games, so hearing their chatter over Discord while fully zoomed out felt like I was in the war room. You have so many troops, and just like in Steel Division, you'll need time to build up your knowledge of the game. Personally, I just go straight into these kinds of games and see what works and what doesn't, but there are obvious metas and patches that happen frequently. You can command your troops to seize positions, which will take the best cover and advance to said position. It felt like seize felt better in Steel Division. I can't put my finger on it, but maybe someone could shine some light on that. You can also hold position, which is really useful when defending areas, and have saved my troops countless times. It really was a great feeling commanding all of these troops during real time. It was challenging, and making decisions on the fly were tough. You can also mess up a lot. I had spawned in 3 units, including an expensive tank, just for all of them to be shot down by unseen enemies within the first 3 seconds. This moment, as frustrating as it was a great lesson about scouting and using recon. You learn from each game, and the games only last 20 to 30 minutes. Yet, those 20 to 30 minutes are some of the most intense in my 30-year gaming experience. From the sounds of AA firing into the skies,
I'm out! Over!
to hearing infantry being blown up crossing an open plain.
Beware! Enemy nearby!
Warno has some of the best soundscapes for a wargame I've ever heard. Warno also has a little neat property at the end where you can view the complete kill and death list. After some multiplayer games we went through seeing our glorious champions, it really put into perspective that your troops weren't going 45-1 on Nuketown. Even getting a 6-1 for infantry is fantastic and really makes the resource spending an immensely important tool. Resources depend on the game mode you're playing on, but both modes have purchasing units through resources. This can feel a little unbalanced at times. There were some games we played where the enemy team would control far too many positions for our team to recover at the beginning. There was no coming back from the start since they were getting resource equivalents of tanks while we were getting something around 1 infantry. Anyways, a lot of the maps do a good job at stopping that from happening, using towns, natural terrain, and other obstacles, making interesting battlefield dynamics. I really couldn't believe the differences in the maps. It was so much fun to play a 1v1 or a 4v4 in all of these various places. Especially now with the map editor coming out, it'll bring endless possibilities. So thank you to everyone that recommended this game. I've sunk more hours into it than I want to say. It's been a truly great experience. There were also some other games that people suggested that I'm going to check out as well. Anyways, if you like RTSs, and yes, this is a real-time strategy game, and you like gritty modern warfare, pick this game up. I don't think you'll be unhappy. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, see you next time.